Hey everyone, welcome back. Today's exercise is going to be, I'm going to be drawing a campfire scene, and it's actually part of a scene or a picture that I did some time ago at the old, the old historical village in Highfields. So I just thought it would be a nice scene just to do because it's got a little bit of everything, got a few rocks and things like that. Anyway, and it's just using basic shapes. Now I'm going to be using me A5 visual diary, and look, I suggest you get one of these. They're really good for just for doodling and getting ideas down on paper, and they're not for perfection. They're for progress. So this is where you practice stuff. Yeah, I've got all sorts of things in here. Well, you don't want to see that. And I'm going to be also using, for my pencils, I'm going to be using an HB Faber-Castell. I'll be using a 2B, but if you haven't got one, that's fine, because it's just to make things a little bit darker. What else have we got here? We've got our blending stump. And of course, if you don't have one of those, you can use one of these, little cotton bud. They're alright. They smooth everything out alright. Now I use my Kohinoor pencil eraser. That's just because I do quite a lot of graphite drawing, so it's just part of what I use. And I get most of my stuff on eBay. Just Google it, and a lot of the art stores actually do have these sort of things now. They never used to. If you haven't got one though, just an ordinary eraser, and you just use the edge, the fine edge. It's just for tidying up, really. What else have we got here? Oh, yep, and we've got my brush for brushing away all the eraser crumb. It's important to get that nice and clean and tidy. And lastly, my old faithful blue tack, and that's just for taking out highlights and where bits get a little bit darker. Yeah, it's just a nice way of doing it. Now I want you to join in, have some fun, and you'll find that practice does make perfect. You all get better at it, but just give it a chance, and don't be scared of making mistakes. That's also a very important part of the journey. Alright? So join in. I'd love you to have a go with me. Cheers. As we're going to draw a line, which is, let's just say, that's a ground line. That's where the ground is. Alright? Now, I'm going to make this, I'll make it about, let's see, 10 centimeters wide. Alright, and we're going to go up 7. Now this doesn't have to be exact. Doesn't have to be exact at all. It's just a basic outline. So we're going to go like that, and then I'm going to turn it around. Well, we don't have to turn it around. Here, just going to go across the top. And we're just going to go past the line, just a little bit. Okay? Now, I'm going to turn this around now, and what we're going to do is, I'm just going to come down about 5 mil, and just a very light line. Now, you don't have to use a ruler. I'm only using a ruler just to show you just how to get things in perspective, and because it can be quite daunting trying to do sketches and that, and it's just to keep you on track so you know where you're at, just to get you started anyway. Alright, now the next thing we're going to do is where that first line is. I'm just going to go over, we just go over that. We don't want to see the straight line. These are just pieces of sticks and that have been cut, and we're going to go to that point there where that line is, stop, then go there, and we're going to go to that line there. Alright, and then we're going to do another little line. Now this one I just want it just to come down past that ground line. See, we don't want it to be straight. Alright, now this one is going to go across this line here. And then we come down like that. Now it pays to rub it out as you go. Okay, so we're just going to take that out, erase as you go, and take that little line out there, and then you sort of know where you're at. Alright, so that's the first little bit. Now secondly, we're going to go over the other side now, and I'm going to use this just so I don't get it all smudged and what have you. So we're going to do the same thing. We're going to go up here, go over this line. This time we're going above this line here, just above it. Yeah, make a little bit of a wrinkle in there. Stop there, and then start there. Alright. Then we go up this side. And this time, same as the other one, we go over that line, around, down. And we'll take that line out, and that one there. Okay, so there we have the basis of our little campfire scene. Yeah, just gonna, okay, now we're gonna go over this line, and actually we might just make it a little bit interesting. We're just gonna have a little bit broken off there like that. Sometimes they have them on there and didn't, you know. These weren't made in factories. I keep saying these are just bits of pieces of wood and that they've found lying around just to set up a little campfire so they can cook something after they've been away working, or maybe this was their only form or the only way they could cook a meal. Whatever. It's all about rustic stuff. I really love the old way they used to do things. That's why I call my art rusticated art. I know the word rusticated really doesn't mean having to do with rustic, but I liked it. And you couldn't use rustic because that term has already been used so many times. So my website is Rusticated Art. My Facebook page is Rusticated Art. Yep. So we're just going to shade this in, just to get in a little bit of, just to block it in a bit. We'll go into a bit more detail once we've done this. And we'll just put a little bit of a line there. Yeah. Yep. It's a little bit dark. What am I using here? Oh, somehow I managed to get me 2B. I didn't want a 2B. My HB is what I want. Yeah, mate. We'll get the job done. Now, I'm just going to put a little, I don't know, little branch coming out from the side here. You know, that could be used for hanging something up there. Hang your cup on there, or hang your gumboots. Might have been out fishing, or they got all wet, fishing in the rivers. Anyway, okay. Now, because that's a little bit dark, I might just, no, I won't do that yet. What I'll do is I'll just go in here with the blender, because it's gone a bit dark. It's sort of a bit grainy. I just want to smooth that out, just soften it up a bit. Alright. Yeah. we'll just put a little bit of a end on that one. Alright. I'm just going to make that a little bit darker, just so we can see. Just so we can see that the cross piece is just sitting, just nestled in there. Eh? Yep. Okay, and now we're going to go to the next one and just do the same thing, just lightly. Yeah, look, there's a little bit of a knot or something going on there. And come down here. A little bit darker in there. And we just come down here. Now this was actually a campfire that I drew for a drawing, which was it's an A4 drawing, an A2 drawing, sorry, which is it's a big drawing. You know, it's like this is an A5, an A4. That's an A4. This size here, you can't really see it all, but that's an A4. So it's 4 times bigger. Well, 8 times bigger than this. So it's quite a big scale. That's the scale I normally draw to when I'm doing commission work, because I just find I can get more detail, and I love getting the detail, as much detail as I can, into my drawings. But this is just a little sketch, and as I say, it was just a part of the overall drawing that I did. Now I'm going to turn this around. Just going to go in here again. Just going to go in and go over that. There. Just want to block everything in for now. Now what we're going to do here is we're going to put in some rocks. Like you know, you always have some rocks around your campfire. So we'll just go in here, and we're just going to go like this. Rock will go in the front of that. And these were just rocks that were just sort of gathered up and put there. It's just to contain the fire, I suppose, keep it all in the one little place so it doesn't you know, it doesn't spread. The fire, I mean, we know how bushfires can happen. Now this one's going behind this little piece here, and then this one here is going to be the same. It's going behind that, and then we're going to do the same. Now we can draw a line through here if you wanted to, just to keep sort of everything in line. Yeah. Okay, now I want to just take this line here out. Now the thing with this, when you take these lines out like this, and I do a lot of grid drawing, so a lot of my realism is on grids, and what I find is if you just come in here and just rub that out, and then when you go and shade it in, where that line is, or where that line was, there'll be another line there, and when you shade it, because what happens is that the graphite, it tends to sort of spread itself around, even though you can't really see it, but when you brush it, and you know, that's spreading it around. So when you go to take it out, like you just go like that, and when you go to shade that in, there'll be a line through there. You don't want that at all, because it's very hard to get out. So we just go in here and we take it out like that. Okay, and that stops us from getting those lines that you will get. I'm self-taught, I know, because I found out the hard way. It's the same as putting your fingers on your work, you know, and then when you shade it all in, your fingerprints are there, and you go, what? Where did that come from? That's where it comes from. Anyway, I'll get rid of that 2H now. We're going to go in here, and we're just going to go with our pencil just on its side, and just lightly. And we're going in circular motions. Okay, we don't have to get every little bit, because these little bits that are missing, and well, you know, they're missing, but the blotchy and that's going to be how we're going to make the texture for the rock. And see here, like some of the graphite's gone down there. That's what I'm talking about. So we just got to try and keep things clean and tidy. It's not important, it's only a little sketch. But we still want to be aware of the fact that the graphite will spread itself around. So I hope you're joining in here, because you get a lot of enjoyment out of it. I find I just love it. I don't know how many of these I've drawn, but I never ever get sick of it. And of course with my classes, this is what I teach in my classes. And at the moment, with the way things are going on around the world, I've had to cancel all my classes, and I had a series of workshops lined up for next month that we've had to postpone until a later date. But that's just how it is in the present climate. Alright, so we're not trying to do too much here, we just want to get that filled in, that's all. Okay, now I'm going to go in here with my blending stump, my blender, and just going to go in and just smooth those over a bit. We don't want it too smooth, because we still want to see all these little imperfections, which is going to create the texture for the rock. Generally speaking, the bottom's usually a bit darker, because the light's coming from either the top or the sides. It's never coming from the ground up, so it's always a bit darker down the bottom. It's funny that, isn't it? Yeah. And now this here, we don't want too much detail in these rocks. These are just there, more just a shape, just so that we know that there's something there more than anything. Okay, now for our next little move, what we're going to do, we're going to put in over here, we're just going to put, now this is like a wire. Let's just say it's a wire that they're wrapped around the cross piece there, and we'll just bring that down a bit like that. And we'll just do a few little squiggles and like that. And what's going to go in there, because that's got to be tied off, is I'm just going to put in here a little link. It's a little chain link. And now we're going to just go down just like this. Go about halfway. One more. Alright. And then we're going to put a little hook on here, which could be just another piece of wire or something, you know, whatever they could find. They're very ingenious, these old people, and back in the old days they had to make do with what they had. And then we're going to put a pot over here. So we're going to just go across here like this. And how with this? Oh, well, we'll make it like this. We'll make it like this. There's just another shape, and just want to have a bit of a bulge out like that. Bit of a lip on the bottom there. And we're going to put a handle in here. And there. Goes on the other side. Like that. And then we'll just go in here and put a bit of a shade in there. And we're going to just go under there. Alright, and then we're going to go down here. Just lightly shade it. And make it a little bit darker on the edges there. Just so it sort of gives the impression that it's a round pot. You know, it gives it a bit of dimension so that it's not just a one-dimensional image that we're looking at. And that's what I love about drawing with graphite. You can, you know, just with a pencil and a bit of paper, and the images that you can produce, you know, and make things look three-dimensional. And we'll just go in there and just blend that in a little bit. Now over here we're going to have we're going to do another one. We'll put another little wire loop going over there around the back, and we'll do the same. We'll just tie it off because it would be, and we'll put another link like this, and then we'll put our chain just like that. Yep. And then we're going to have another little hook here. Now this spot we're going to make, we'll make it about there. Well, they're cooking pots, so I suppose, you know, they look a bit more like buckets, but they're cooking pots. So, and we've probably got a beautiful stew in there. I'll just put a little handle on that. Yeah, a bit like a little Dutch oven. And then we're going to have another handle, going to go over there like that, down that side. Yeah, we might just have another one over here, so we might just have to take that little bit out. Just, yeah, it's going to go in front of it. So we'll do that. And this one, we'll just put it on a bit of an angle, because I want to just try and yeah, just like that. And then we're just going to go little ellipse like that, and then like that. Just so you can sort of just see a little bit of the bottom there. Yeah. Yeah, just it'll be a little bit darker. And we'll put another handle there. That's going over there and then down there. Yeah. And this one here, we'll just shade that in just very gently. Just take your time. Yeah. Be a bit darker in there because it's this front pot's against it, so there's no light getting in there. Okay, and then we'll get that, or I might just use my blending brush because this is a little bit more subtle. We'll just sort of blend that in like this. So you're going to get little bits of graphite obviously coming off. And we just tidy that up a bit. Yep. Okay, now we need to put in some just a bit of firewood, you know, just the remnants, you know, there's some sticks and that in here. It's probably all ashes now. Anyway, And then we're going to go around here, just in the back there. And we'll just shade that in a bit, just a little bit squiggly. This will be like the ash. Bit of ash line in there. You know, it's just a sketch, so we're not looking for too much detail. Now down here, but you can put in detail if that's what you want. I mean, that's what this is all about. I'm just going to go in here a little bit darker. Now this is where I'd use a darker pencil. So I'm going to use my 2B here. Just want to go in here and just to define those rocks a bit. Okay. Just like that. And up there. And of course that's the outside of that. We wouldn't call it a post. What is it? It's an upright that's holding up the rail that goes across the top that holds the pots. Now you can just get away with that, you know, that's just a simple little sketch. But then you might want to put in a bit more detail. And one thing you've got to remember is the ground is going to be, because you've got these rocks here, you've got to sort of bring the ground to it. Otherwise it's going to look like you've got a hump going on there. Alright, so we're coming out like this, just, don't have to do it, as I say, it's just a little sketch. I'll use me blender to just blend all this in. Alright, now, if we want to do some more detail, well, we can. So what we're going to do is we're going to go in here and I just want to get a bit more into these rocks. And just down on the bottom, we're just going to make that a bit darker. And the same here. Yep. See that line? Just go up to the edge of the rock there. Now this video, or this this video will probably go about a half an hour. Now, in my classes, this same drawing, it usually takes us about an hour and a half. But having said that, that's including a break, because after 40 minutes, you got to stop. You can't go any longer than that. Don't go any longer than that. You're silly to, because you need to have that break. Like I said, my old physio, she said to me, movement is medicine. So you got to get as much movement in as you can. So you just can't sit here, because it's so easy, and it's happened to me so many times. You just sit here, you get so caught up in what you're doing. You know, 2 or 3 hours later, and you look at the, gee guys, is that the time? So keep an eye on it. Set your, I can't emphasize it enough, set your timer on your phone. And just get up, just do some stretches or walk around a bit. And then you come back with fresh eyes as well, and you'll say, oh, I didn't notice that, look. See, it's all that sort of thing. It's amazing what you see with fresh eyes. I mean, there's been times when I've been working on a commission, and, you know, like a commission will take me sometimes up to 40 hours. And sometimes, you know, at the end of the day and that, even though I have me breaks and that, the eyes are that sort of tired and that. And I can't wait to get to bed so I can get up and start again the next day with fresh eyes. Oh, and you see so many different things. It's just, oh yeah. So you'd never be in a hurry. It's all about the journey. It really is. Alright. Yep. So now we can do more in here. Like you can put in just how we do posts and that. Find out. Not find out, but you just look and you'll see. There's little bits in there like that just make all the difference. You know, if you want to do a bit more detail, get a bit more detail into your drawing. As I say, you know, you can spend as much time as you want or as little as you want, and it's up to you. But look in there and you'll see things, you know, that you didn't see, you know. See, I might just put a hole in that, so we'll just go, you know, it's a rusty old pot. Now, I'm going to get me kneadable eraser and just go in, just take little bits out here and there. Look. Just random. Yep, that's what you got to do. Just like that. Hang on. There you go. Yeah, and just go in here and it makes all the difference. On here. And I might just actually a bit there. What I might do, I might just run along here, just put a little, you know, a little bit of a split going on there. See how I've got the little knot there? Just from what the kneadable eraser's taken out, you know, the blue tack. I keep saying kneadable eraser. Well, I do have kneadable erasers, but to be honest, I prefer to use just a bit of blue tack. I find they're a bit softer, a bit easier to see. I'm just putting the little things in here like that. A bit softer to use, you know, a bit easier to mould into how I want them, how I want it, at the shape that I'm after. Well, there you go. Now you can do more with it. You can do a lot more. It's, you know, it's entirely up to you. But for the purpose of this exercise, I just want to show you how I draw my rustic style of drawing, and it's just, you know, as I say, it's just a sketch of a campfire scene or cooking scene. You know, you could put other stuff in there. You could put some, you know, some trees in the background, some bushes or whatever. But at this stage, that's all we need for now. So I hope you got something out of it, and I hope, you know, that you've joined in and had a go at drawing it, because it's really is basic. It's all just basic shapes, just lines. And if you break things down like that, you know, it will get so much easier for you, and you'll enjoy it so much. And don't be scared to make mistakes. Don't be scared at all, because that's all part of it as well. Look, I keep finding things. Anyway, thanks a lot, and we'll see you in the next one.